pairs of pants, a dress, and a fabulous blazer in this show. It really is a great sort of capsule collection of what the greater classics collection's all about. Those go-to pieces, including a fabulous, just simple trouser done in a beautiful fabrication known as Bengaline. So A677323. From there, you'll choose whether regular or petite. Regular length comes in at 27 inches. Petite length will be 24. Now, I used to say that was the only difference between regular and petite. I have to stand corrected. We've switched manufacturers, and they are now cutting to petite specifications. Ultimately, that just means there's about a 1/4 of an inch difference in the rise as well as the length. So it's not too much of a difference. I still order petite lengths, and I'm not technically petite. I'm 5'6", but I tend to like shorter length pants. So I don't know that you'll notice much of a difference. I did not, in fact. So suffice it to say, I'm not going to be saying the only difference between regular and petite is the length, because that is now an incorrect statement. So, and I don't know how much longer I'm going to have to actually explain that, because I'll just start explaining that there is just a slight difference in the rise. All right, so this is the beautiful black color. We also have a gorgeous navy, or there's the dusty olive, and then we have a classic navy. Now, I'm loving that we're seeing this shot here, so you can see the leg line. This is an ankle length pant. Again, 28 or 27 and 24 will be your lengths. But this is made of a fabrication called Bengaline, was created as an alternative to silk. So you might not be able to notice too much on the camera, but there's almost a slight, very slight sheen to these pants. What does that do? I think it elevates them. We have our Ponte pants that have similar silhouettes in terms of the cut, but they don't have a functional fly. This has that nice hook and slide and an anchor button. So you get this really nice, clean, flat front. We didn't do belt loops, but we did do beautiful seams right here that create almost the look of a pleat without the worry of a pleat. Sometimes pleats are not a woman's friend if you carry your weight, towards your middle. This just gives it a nice sort of a line without it being a pleat, but it gives it just a little bit of a design element to it. We did give you slash pockets in these. I'm happy to say we are adding more pockets in our pants. Of course, some of our traditional, more Ponte pant, we'll probably keep them pocketless. But when we're talking about practical pants that you're going to wear in the office, maybe transition into your everyday wear, this is a great way to do it. Again, we're going to continue those same darting on the back. So no pockets, no bison pockets, a nice clean silhouette. And then as we saw on the model shot, it doesn't get tight at the bottom. So it's not like a skinny pant. It really is sort of that perfect cigarette pant. So you can see there's just a little bit of leeway there. She is showing a little bit of ankle. So when we're starting to work in our little booties into our fall wardrobes, these are a great length pant, so they don't necessarily butt up too much into the bottom of that seam. $35.99. That's a 40% savings off the original price. That is a great price. You can get it home for 5 easy payments of $7.20. You're going to machine wash these. We do recommend line drying them. So that's just nice to know that, again, you don't need to send these out to the dry cleaner. I love the black. If you're somebody who wears a lot of black and you're just looking for sort of maybe different silhouettes or different fabrications, I think you're going to love the stretch and recovery of these, the softness that you're going to get out of them, and also just the styling. A nice, clean, flat front, sort of like a traditional trouser, but you're getting that fun little, Audrey Hepburn little ankle length. So again, not super tight at the bottom. I love that we're giving you a really nice rich navy, a classic black, and then of course a dusty olive. Dusty olive has been a real sort of star in our sort of neutrals when it comes to fall. So looks great with a variety of tops. You can really go, sort of crazy and colorful with all of these colors because they're all nice and grounded colors. Bengaline, let's talk about the fabrication. That is 76 rayon, 21% nylon, 3% spandex. So you are getting some really great stretch. A lot of times when we think of dressier trousers, the last thing we think is sort of stretchy and comfortability. This is giving you the best of both worlds. You're getting the polish and the sort of silhouette that you might be looking to be a little bit more polished, but a great fabric. So if you've got a long commute, you don't need to worry, oh, are these just going to be uncomfortable to wear? They're going to be tight around the waist. There is even an elastic in that waistband, so really comfortable. Stick to your regular size. These are alpha sizes, so I would wear these in a size small in the regular length, which would come in at 27 inches. That is my money inseam. That's my favorite inseam. So, but if you want it to be a little bit shorter at 24 inches, you can certainly opt for that petite length as well. $35.99 for a pair of pants that you are going to have forever. And I would say you're going to wear them year round. I don't know if you can hear my pug going wild upstairs, but Miss Sugar is alerting me. Oh, okay, good, because she can be very loud up there. She's a very vocal little pug. So great stretch throughout the elastic, throughout the body of this nylon, rayon, and spandex blend, also known as Bengaline, which I have to say, I always need to give a little tribute to Mary Beth Rowe. I first presented these with Mary Beth Rowe, and she said, you know, the last time I saw Bengaline was with Marie Osmond. All of the dresses on her dolls were always made of Bengaline, and that sort of spoke to the high-end nature of Bengaline. It was created back then, again, as an alternative to silk. So a great sort of little story of Bengaline. Here they are in the classic black. We also have the fabulous navy. It's a nice rich navy, and then dusty olive. Regular and petite lengths, $35.99, a 677-323.